The following podcast is inspired by the book, How to Live a Great Life. These podcasts are designed to give you some perspectives that will help improve the quality of your life. To see or not to see, that is the question. Of course, this is a play on a line from Shakespeare's Hamlet, which asks the existential question, to be or not to be. I recently asked a room full of talented people if any of them would like to have less stress and more joy in their lives. Pretty much everyone raised their hands. In this podcast episode, I will argue that the path to achieving a better life includes seeing something that most people do not want to see. Let me ask you this. Why does it hurt when someone criticizes you or implies that you are not good enough? Why are you stressed about achieving some particular accomplishment? Why do you fear some possible failure? These are some of the more important sources of stress in our lives. Each of these events has no impact in the world unless they are received and interpreted in a negative way. You are the one that makes these things painful. There is something inside you that you do not want to see that causes stress from these events and reduces your joy. Courage. If you would like to have less stress and more joy in your life, you will have to look at what it is about you that is causing your life to be less than it could be. This takes courage. It is so much easier to blame others or bad luck than to acknowledge what has to change in us to have the life we want. I'm going to share with you two true stories that illustrate how we humans unwittingly mess up our lives. In each case, unseen forces are causing behavior that has a negative consequence. I urge you not to dismiss these stories because you will not do what these people have done. Everyone has their own version of things they do that end up causing them pain. The point here is that these people refuse to see the inner fear that is causing their behavior. The stories are quite long. They will be revealed in detail in the next episode. But I do want to issue a caution here. If you are someone who suffers from depression or any other mental illness, you should not be seeking to understand yourself in isolation. You should only embark on this journey with the help of a psychologist or psychiatrist. For the rest of us, with normal amounts of angst, the courage it requires to uncover our foibles and then overcome them is incredibly rewarding. These podcasts are an introduction to the soon-to-be-published book, How to Live a Great Life. The promise of the book is to give you information and tools that will help you to reduce stress and increase joy in your life. To get updates on the launch date for the book, as well as information on future podcasts, please click the link Great Life in the show notes of this episode. Enter your email and you will be kept up to date. If you are listening using the Apple Podcast app, the show notes can be found by pressing on Detail. Then scroll down the show notes to find the Great Life link. This is Bill Rabo reminding you that your thoughts create your reality. So think positive thoughts.